Hi, I'm Jen Ader, fitness editor at Women's Health, and we wanted to make it easier than ever to start a routine that you'll actually want to stick with. So over the next 3 weeks, we've created a 3-part routine that combines strength, cardio, and recovery, and only takes less than 30 minutes every day. So by the end of the 21 days, you'll love the results you've gotten so much that you'll want to stick with the program. Get into a plank position with your forearms flat on the ground, palms facing down, and your body forming a straight line from your head to your heels. Keeping your core nice and tight, squeeze your glute to lift one leg off the ground just a couple inches, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, place it back down, and repeat on the other side. As you do this, make sure that your hips are staying parallel to the ground and you're just squeezing from the glute to lift the leg. Continue alternating back and forth until you've completed all your reps. Start this move by standing to the right of a resistance band that you've attached to a high, sturdy object. If you're at the gym, you can also use a cable machine. Then grab the band with both hands and twist your hips to face the band. Keeping your arms straight and your core tight, pull the band across your body and bend your knees to bring it outside your left knee. Pause, then bring it back up to the starting position. Each time, really focus on pulling tightly with the band, keeping your core tight, and returning it back to start slowly. You'll really feel this in your core and your obliques, and you'll feel it also in your triceps as you're pulling it down. Complete all your reps on that side, then switch sides and repeat. Start by grabbing a pair of 5 to 10 pound dumbbells and bring them up to your shoulder height. Stand with your feet about hip width apart, keeping your chest up and your core tight. You're going to sit back into a squat until your thighs are nearly parallel to the floor. Then press through your heels and push the weights up overhead. That's 1 rep. Each time you do this, you really want to focus on pressing through your heels and extending the arms straight overhead. Finish all your reps with proper form. Grab a pair of dumbbells and stand with your feet hip width apart, your palms facing your thighs. Keeping your back straight, push your hips back and lower the weights down towards your shins. Pause, then squeeze your glutes to return to standing. That's 1 rep. Each time you lower, you really want to focus on keeping your back nice and flat and the weights close to your body. Imagine like you're shaving your legs as you return to standing. Really focus on squeezing your glute each time you stand up and complete all your reps with proper form. Grab a pair of dumbbells and stand with your feet about hip width apart, your knees slightly bent. You want your palms facing each other and slowly lower your torso towards the ground until it's about parallel, letting your arms hang directly in front of your shoulders. Then, keeping your core tight, squeeze your shoulder blades together and row the dumbbells up towards your chest. Pause, then lower back down to the start. That's 1 rep. Really focus on keeping your back nice and flat and starting the movement from your shoulders as you row the dumbbells up. Make sure you're really keeping your core nice and tight throughout the movement and making it slow and controlled with each rep. Start with your feet about hip width apart, your arms down by your side. You really want to make sure you have a nice, tall posture, keeping your shoulders back and your core engaged. Step forward with your right foot and lower your body down into a lunge as deep as you can. You want to really make sure you're making 90-degree angles with both knees and dropping that back knee almost completely to the floor. Push through your heel to return to start. That's 1 rep. Then you'll do it on the other leg, making sure that you're lowering your body. You're not leaning forward, you're just dropping straight down into the lunge and returning to start. Each time, really focus on pressing through that front heel to return to standing. Get into a push-up position with your hands directly under your shoulders and your body forming a straight line from your head to your heels. Keeping your core tight, raise your right knee and bring it towards your chest, return it to start, and repeat with your left leg. You want to keep a nice, controlled, but quick pace as you alternate your feet. Also make sure that you're keeping your back nice and flat, so you're not rounding as you bring your knee up, but you're keeping your core tight and only moving your legs. Continue alternating back and forth until you've completed all your reps. Start this move by getting into athletic position with your feet about hip width apart, knees bent, chest upright. Keep your arms by your side just to help you keep balance. Then you're going to jump over to your right, landing softly, and immediately pushing off and jumping over to your left. This should be a quick movement back and forth, pushing off your outside leg and getting about 1 foot to 1.5 feet of distance in between each rep. Continue at that fast pace, going back and forth until you've completed all your reps. Start with your feet about hip width apart and bring your arms directly behind your head with your shoulders back. Keeping a nice tall posture, you're going to sit down into a squat, then push explosively off the ground as high as you can. Here's what it looks like. Then drop immediately down into your next rep, really pushing through your heels and getting some serious air, pointing your toes and squeezing your glutes with each rep. Kneel on the ground, place your hands on your hips, and place 1 foot flat on the floor with a 90-degree angle with your knee. Then just slowly lean forward as far as you comfortably can until you feel that stretch throughout this whole entire hip flexor. You'll feel it all the way down towards your knee. You want to keep your chest up, and as you hold, you can kind of try to sink lower into the stretch. You don't want to go too far where it's uncomfortable. You'll hold there, and then switch legs and repeat. Start by bending your knees and placing your feet flat on the floor. Then lie back and extend your arms at a 45-degree angle with your palms facing up. From here, gently lift your hips an inch off the ground. This is the starting position. Then press through your heels and squeeze your glutes to raise your hips up towards the ceiling. Pause, then lower back down to start. With each rep, you really want to focus on squeezing your glutes, holding for a second or two, then returning back to the starting position without letting your butt touch the floor. You'll really feel this in your hamstrings and your glutes. You want to make sure that you're really staying slow and controlled. Finish all your reps with proper form. Stand next to a wall and place your palm flat on it, creating a 90-degree angle with your elbow. Then take a step forward with your same foot, keeping your chest up, lean slightly forward just to feel a stretch in this arm. You should feel it across your chest and in this arm. You don't want to lean forward or stretch too far. You just want to have a nice, gentle, comfortable stretch. You'll hold here, keeping your chest up and core engaged, and then you'll switch sides and repeat. To start this exercise, you're going to lie face down on a mat with your arms extended directly overhead. From here, you're going to place your forehead on the ground and then focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together to raise your arms a couple inches off the ground. You'll pause, then lower back down to start. Here's what it looks like. You'll notice that you're not lifting your arms that much off the ground. You really want to focus on using your shoulder blades to squeeze together to raise your arms. So rather than focusing on how high you get your arms, use each rep and focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together.